Hello, Teapreneurs. Thank you so much for joining the session today. Today's Teapreneur Achievers Club. I have our silver member and a good friend, Kaushik, with me. Hello, Kaushik.
Morning, sir. Good. How are you?
All good, Kaushik. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you, sir. So far, so good.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking your time to coming on for the interview, Kaushik. It's an absolute pleasure to host you today in the Teapreneur Achievers Club.
Pleasure here as well.
Thank you so much. So guys, we have Kaushik here. In fact, when he joined the community, he has already started his modern tea outlet. And then he joined the community. In fact, I was definitely, there were a few people who joined after starting the outlets, and I was a little surprised, how it's going to help and things like that. But then yes, he gave me a different use case for the community. Yes, it will also help people who run modern tea outlets. One such testimony is from Kaushik. Thank you so much, Kaushik. Please introduce yourself, Kaushik.
So, my name is Kaushik. I have a tea outlet called Tea Nagars Cafe in Tea Nagars. So, adnavdan the pere vanduchu. So, basically, I was an engineering graduate. Then I did my MBA. Then I was into advertising. So, what we do is build brands and we do all the things for their marketing plan and branding, etc. So, I always wanted to start ventures. But I didn't know correctly. But I wanted to enter into a food space, so I took a franchise of a restaurant first.
Okay.
It's a Chinese restaurant, and it was a FOCO model. So franchise is owned by us, and the company, they will give us staff and manpower, etc. So that's why I wanted to do that, because I know I can do the marketing and branding part, and I didn't know what operations are there. So it was a learning phase for me. So it was basically a little bit huge investment, around 35 lakhs we spent. So what I understood is during the course of time, with all the competition which is coming nearby, and with the franchise rules and regulations and all, what I thought is okay, we don't need this much amount of investment to start a business.
Correct.
So basically, you can always start small, but people like me who are new to business, obviously we get so excited and we spend lavishly. So over a period of time, what we thought is okay, let me start a small outlet. So what will I start? I love tea and I love my coffee basically. So I just wanted to start a tea outlet. It was basically a random thought. And my friends also told okay, why can't you start a tea outlet? So what we did is we started procuring all the tea powders from Paris, Ooty, etc. and coffee from Bangalore, everywhere. So what we do is
So the thought process of starting a modern tea outlet came from your experience of running a restaurant.
Yeah. So
difficulty to, yeah.
Started because you don't. What I thought what I learned during the course of my business is you don't have to invest huge in order to get your profit. You can start something small and good, and you can even get your profits through that itself. And the best way to start something small is a tea outlet. So I always loved beverages. So tea is it won't die. The market won't die at all. So that's where the idea started, and we started preparing tea during our break in the restaurant. From 4 to 6, we prepare tea, coffee, and water methods and stuff like that. So it's crazy 6 months.
So one side you are a foodie, and then you thought, okay, you want to launch a small format food outlet. So that were a couple of reasons for starting. And while I was interacting, you also mentioned that the wastage in the restaurant model was huge, and then you thought you want to get into a zero wastage or less wastage food business.
Exactly.
So that is also one reason, I believe.
The food which is getting wasted because we know we sit in the kitchen and we see what the food goes and we see what comes after customer finish eating. So it was I wasn't satisfied at all. You see all the vegetables coming out and everything is getting wasted. Even the gas, the current, everything you take into account. So we wanted to start something which is foolproof, easy recipe with zero wastage. So that was the main aim actually.
Great.
On your own. because my first business was a franchise, and this was this from branding to choosing the color to naming of the brand to sourcing and everything was done by me. So that satisfaction and giving a good quality product was much more meaningful than doing something which I learned from someone. So
Great. Wonderful. So, okay, you passionately started a modern day outlet. What were the initial struggles you faced? What were those learnings? Yeah.
initial struggles, sir. Basically, I just started randomly. To be honest with you, there were no people. I can't say that they didn't guide me properly, but no one was saying no to me. Everyone was saying, encouraging me and saying yes to whatever we started. Starting problem itself.
Especially your friends.
Yeah, friends are always supportive. Starting itself, we bought a very wrong milk boiler. So that was the biggest mistake. And when we launched the outlet, everyone said the tea is getting cold. So I didn't know which is the proper heating equipment to buy. So those were all the initial struggles, and also sourcing proper tea from a proper place. The vendors for milk and the vendors for coffee. Coffee we sourced from Bangalore. So that's when I came to. After reading a Google review where one guy said like it tastes like tamarind juice, that's when I learned like they have a bitter coffee roast, and we South Indian people have a different coffee roast. So those are the initial struggles, and sourcing everything from containers to naming of the shop. That was the biggest hurdle actually.
Okay.
So
Great. So, in the process, you are running it, and then, as you said, you are facing difficulties here and there, and then you joined the game plan, and then you become a part of the Silver membership. So, how do you exactly put it? Prior to the membership in the community and post membership in the community, share this.
Prior to joining the game plan, the Silver membership, what I thought was right, and what I thought I was doing right was that is the only thing which I knew. And why I joined, first I'll tell you why I joined. Why I joined is because I wanted to validate myself whether I'm doing it right or not. And in that process, I learned what are all the things which I did wrong. For example, the costing. So how you manage your inventory, how you manage your daily expense, the money you put in for everyday expenses, all those things. And one more thing is like even about the customers, I never knew like customers come from a kilometer away. So those things like really impacting. That's all the things I learned, and I didn't know what tea powder I am using. Okay. I learned the different tea powders like Pico, Black Pico, and Dust, and all these things and all. So because I just started randomly.
Okay.
So doing everything in a systemized way, and how to prepare your Excel sheet for all your data. So all those things we learned because we were doing like a proper, like a normal tea shop. We were doing our accounts like a normal tea shop. Now it's all standardized, and we know, and we know how many liters of milk is going out, what is the wastage, and how many kilograms of tea we procure every month, and how many teas are going every day. So those, even the minute thing we can calculate and say like, hey, we missed a samosa today for billing.
Okay.
So to that level I have come because of the game plan which I learned from you.
Oh, wonderful. So a lot of minute details that we think, as you rightly said, right? Monitoring the stock and monitoring the food cost, and especially I talk a lot about unit economics. Why unit economics is important, things like that. So though it could be minute details, as you said, but these are very important for you to be profitable and for you to be sustainable in the business.
Basically the menu. So it was random and huge.
Okay.
I'm and I'm trying to make it small.
Okay. Nice. Great that you're able to adapt a lot of things and
Yes, sir. Because of this, because of your program, and I mean, it's not like I'm sugarcoating everything. Because of this, I even reduced the staff number of staff because of everything is like streamlined and the recipes are reduced.
nice.
So we didn't change the quality, but we have saved in many other ways.
Great. Wonderful to know, Kaushik, because I mean, I keep telling this. For anything that you see it as an art, right? A lot of people think running business is an art, running a food business, making food itself is an art. If you can convert that into science, break down into smaller things, and if you can go with the framework approach, I think you're able to implement that framework today in the business. Yes.
Exactly.
So that's when you started realizing, okay, I've made it systematic, and right now I'm ready to scale my brand to further outlets, and I'm ready to grow more and things like that. As you rightly said, with respect to manpower, right? So
And
yeah,
if minuscule part is like for one tea, you have to just take 4 grams of tea powder. So those details and everything which I learned is like it was really helpful. I mean, the validation was perfect. I didn't want to be like, hey, I started a tea outlet. Why should I go and join? I mean, not like that. You learn a lot of things, you know, uh, from everyone.
great. Wonderful, Kaushik. So, what were your key takeaways? What were your key takeaways from this membership, apart from the learning? You're a part of the membership today, and you get to interact with people. So, what are the other key takeaways from the community?
So the key takeaways from the community is like, I mean, you get a lot of knowledge in all the finances and other areas. And one more thing is like, when we had a session, I mean, I came in contact with around 4 to 5 people who have recently started and yet to be started modern tea outlets. So when we help them, even we get to learn a lot of things. There are like people who,
Exactly.
yeah. So when we discuss with all those people in the community, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, even we get to know a lot of things by teaching them. They get happy by giving them feedback and ideas and all these things. It's not about hiding what I mean. Whatever is happening in my tea shop, I am not supposed to say it. So I mean, whether they are taking a franchise or whether they are taking an own outlet, when they come and learn, I mean, this has encouraged many people to. Your program has started encouraging many people to start their own brand, which we would have never dreamt of. I mean, we wouldn't have taken that risk.
Correct.
So the interaction was very helpful with other members.
Fantastic. That's the sole purpose of running a community like this. So learning is one side, and it's about the peer-to-peer learning, right? As you said, there are people who have started and people are yet to start, and mutual learning from all of these people across pan India, across the globe, will definitely give them a lot of insights, right? So I keep saying this, when you travel with people who are on the same mission as you, your path towards success becomes easier. So I think community is growing and it is helping a lot of people, and glad to have people like you who have that mindset to help people. Kaushik, thank you so much for that.
Thank you so
Great,
much.
wonderful. So I always like people are really serious about business and serious about helping people, right? So once you start helping, you will eventually grow. You will gain knowledge, right? So, that's a wonderful part, Kaushik. So, what are your plans? What is your vision for the brand, and how are you seeing, the scale that you're trying to?
So, I mean, when I started, I fixed my mind with one outlet. Let me do it properly and let me run it for like 4 or 5 years. So that was the plan. But
Okay.
after the sessions with you and live session with you, which I wanted to tell to everyone, hey guys, check out. So if you ask him, so I mean, after those interactions and everything, like we got a confidence. Like, why can't I start another 1 or 2 outlets by the end of this year or next year mid?
Great.
I mean, because everything is foolproof. You have a method for everything. You have a process for everything. All you need is to train your staffs for less than a month. Because whatever recipes we prepare, it's like pretty easy. Even I prepare tea in my tea shop. I make Maggi and all the other stuff, roast milk, etc. So
Great.
when it's easy for us, it's easy for them also. And you are giving work opportunity for a lot of people.
Correct.
So I mean, after learning everything, I mean, I'm really confident, like starting another 4 or 5 outlets.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
I'm working on it. I'm just searching for places right now for my second outlet.
Great to go, Kaushik. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Just to you. Looking forward to see you opening multiple outlets.
Yeah.
Great. So, if you have to suggest people or be an advice or a suggestion for people who are trying to start in the space, what would be your suggestions?
My suggestion would be like stop thinking and just start with the process. As soon as you start, it will be easy for you to start as fast as you can, because there are a lot of people who are coming into this market.
Correct.
The best thing to do is to start. That is my advice. I mean, you don't think of profit, you don't think of failure. Just if you wanted to really start, just work on it, source everything, write everything down, because I still follow my notebook. I don't trust computers. So just write down what is your strategy, plan, have a goal, and just start. Don't worry about the other things. Other things you can worry, because even that you have a process. You have to worry for this thing at this point of time, that thing at that point of time. So my main advice would be to just start.
Okay. Fantastic. So a lot of people keep discussing and they don't decide, right? So you rightly said, please decide and then start. Please don't keep discussing. Get into action is.
Sorry, if you ask for suggestions before starting, it will be a problem.
Correct.
About your instincts. If you are confident enough to start an outlet, just go ahead. I mean, people, if people say yes, or if people say no, don't worry about it. So that is, I started. There were a lot of struggles for me in the family as well.
Wonderful. So what keeps you going, Kaushik, whenever there is a struggle, whenever there is a failure, whenever people tell you that this is a wrong idea, why tea outlet, and you're crazy, you're mad, and things like that. You would have come across these things from your well-known people, it could be family, friends. So how do you overcome that? How do you keep that energy going?
Sir, I don't listen to them. It's not from the parents as well. Even if your staff is getting married, they feel bad saying like to their person who is getting married to them, they work in a tea shop. I mean, if you look at all those things, you can succeed, whatever it may be, whatever business it may be. I mean, a tea outlet, you can do wonders.
Correct.
I mean, at the end of the day, you should be happy, profit-wise, and the customers should be happy with all the taste and everything. So, I mean, modern tea outlet, this is not like a normal tea shop. So this is also something where we give proper quality tea and high quality milk and all the thick shakes and Belgian chocolate. This is not like a small. I mean, you can say name it a tea shop, but it's not a normal tea shop. You get LIC tea, you get lemon ginger. This is like absolutely. I mean, you can't compare it. It's not like a normal tea shop anymore. It's more of a fine dining place for tea.
Correct.
So that's what I would say.
Exactly, Kaushik. So a lot of people have this mind block, right? Because all of us want to relate our business with a very fantasy statement, right? Should there be a prestige, a status, and things like that, right? So, as you rightly said, it is not a normal tea shop. And again, even if it's it's a tea outlet. Of course, it's a tea outlet, but then in a modern format with clean hygiene, and the quality of the product matters a lot. So, end of the day, it is about the impact that you're trying to create. You give employment to people, and you pay to your vendors, you pay taxes. end of the day, it is about the impact that you're trying to make. So thank you so much for mentioning that, Kaushik.
Thank
Right.
you.
Great, Kaushik. Great to have you here in Teapreneur Achievers Club today. Fantastic interview with you. I hope this will definitely inspire a lot of people to start their own modern day outlet and become very successful.
I hope so.
Definitely. So thank you so much for all your inputs. Pleasure talking to you. Congratulations and best wishes for further upcoming outlets, Kaushik.
Thanks so much, sir. Thank you so much for encouraging me and everyone. So this is a great opportunity for people like me, and I hope people take all these opportunity and start their own venture.
Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Kaushik. Guys,
Thank you, sir.
see you in another interview. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Yeah.